At the Knight Institute, we took on this set of issues relating to the technology companies and their power over the speech environment, in part because we just wanted to deepen the conversation about monopoly power and public discourse.
We're at this fascinating moment about online speech, where after about 20 years of enthusiasm, people are now asking this question: how can the online space both be a space for amplifying underheard voices, and how can we avoid this being an incredibly dangerous space that pulls us apart within a democracy?
Nobody doubts that a free and open democracy depends on the existence of some form of news gathering and news sharing and some form of communications infrastructure and incredibly strong protections for free speech. But there's enormous questions about how to do that in the wake of the last 10 years of tech giants basically rolling in, taking over, and starting to regulate on their own.
This is definitely an international issue, and it's one where any move made by any of the international players affects everybody else. So every time the EU passes a new law that affects the tech giants and the way they operate in Europe, it's going to have knock-on effects on what happens in the United States. One of the arguments made often by the tech executives against breakup of the companies is that it's a national security concern, that you need big, powerful, well-resourced American tech companies to compete with China.
We also have a bunch of other problems like the spread of disinformation, the spread of hate speech, things like foreign election interference, the rise of potentially echo chambers and filter bubbles. So all of these are issues, and some of them are related to the fact that there's monopoly power over public discourse, and I think some of them are just features of our new online speech ecosystem that we have to think about new tools and new ways of dealing with.
The fact that there are private companies operating in this space is not necessarily the issue. It's the way these companies operate and the way these practices incentivize them towards behavior that can be very harmful to speech and to the pursuit of sort of truth or just even a common basis of discussion for democratic discourse.
I'm still hopeful that the papers that we commissioned in relation to the symposium will inform our litigation strategies in the future. And we're always thinking about new ideas relating to litigation on technology and free speech, and we certainly got tons out of this conversation.